Billion. A billion is a number with two distinct definitions. 1 billion, i.e. 1,000 million, or 109 to the ninth power, as defined on the short scale. This is now the meaning in all English dialects. 1 trillion, i.e. 1 million million, or 10 to the 12th power, as defined on the long scale. This is 1,000 times larger than the short scale billion, and this number is now normally referred to as 1 trillion. This is the historical meaning in English with the exception of the United States, and was still in official use in British English till sometime after World War II. It is still in use in many non-English speaking countries where billion and trillion 10 to the 18th power or equivalent words maintain their long-scale definitions. American English adopted the short-scale definition from the French. It enjoyed usage in France at the time, alongside the long-scale definition. The United Kingdom used the long-scale billion until 1974, when the government officially switched to the short scale, but since the 1950s, the short scale had already been increasingly used in technical writing and journalism. Other countries use the word billion or words cognate to denote either the long scale or short scale billion. For details, see long and short scales SS current usage. Milliard, another term for 1,000 million, is extremely rare in English, but words similar to it are very common in other European languages. For example, Bulgarian, Catalan, Croatian, Czech, Danish, Dutch, Finnish, French, Georgian, German, Hebrew, Asia, Hungarian, Italian, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Russian, Serbian, Slovak, Slovene, Spanish, Swedish, Persian, Turkish, and Ukrainian use milliard, or a related word, for the short-scale billion, and billion or a related word for the long-scale billion. Thus, for these languages billion is 1,000 times larger than the modern English billion. History. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the word billion was formed in the 16th century from million and the prefix by, to, meaning the second power of a million 10 million to equals 1012. This long-scale definition was similarly applied to trillion, quadrillion, and so on. The words were originally Latin and entered English around the end of the 17th century. Later, French arithmeticians changed the words' meanings, adopting the short-scale definition, whereby 3 zeros rather than 6 were added at each step. This new convention was adopted in the United States in the 19th century, but Britain retained the original long-scale use. France, in turn, reverted to the long scale in 1948. In Britain, however, under the influence of American usage, the short scale came to be increasingly used. In 1974, Prime Minister Harold Wilson confirmed that the government would use the word billion only in its short scale, meaning 1,000 million. In a written answer to Robin Maxwell Hislop MP, who asked whether official usage would conform to the traditional British meaning of a million million, Wilson stated, "No. The word billion is now used internationally to mean 1,000 million, and it would be confusing if British ministers were to use it in any other sense. I accept that it could still be interpreted in this country as 1 million million, and I shall ask my colleagues to ensure that, if they do use it, there should be no ambiguity as to its meaning."